how important is that to the...
It's just learning anywhere. What happens if somebody can't? What happens if they've got caring responsibilities, everything else? How can they access, can they have equal access to learning, regardless of where they are? And a Chromebook is absolutely, it's great, but also the benefit of Google is it works on any device. It's completely the same on any device, and it just works in the cloud. So learners can access, as long as it's prepared, the teachers then extend learning beyond the classroom. And what we spent time at Leeds was, how can we unpick that? What does that mean? And it doesn't mean that you're trying to fix or trying to get away and play the system. What you're trying to do is benefit the learners that want to attend that can't. So actually, in terms of the demographic, what happens if somebody's car breaks down, or what happens if they're a few miles away from where the school is? How can they access learning and continue to learn and develop? Because education is about learning. It's about continual improvement of learning and of facts and knowledge and skills and everything else. How can you do that? And the best tool out there is Google. So we created this thing that was called the I mark, and it was all around, the I was an independent grade. It wasn't proof for whatever reason that you say, oh, it's a present mark. It was about extending learning and demonstrating that they were learning against an outcome or an intention. And that's, and we,
that time-based thing we were talking about.
like, do you know, why is it that, and it's going to take a long time to change it, but why is it that people come in at 9 o'clock and finish at 3? Why is it that they get breaks at a certain time? I think that's going to take so much time to unpick, but actually the conversation here is, regardless of where you are, it's a learning conversation. We're sat around the table and I'm learning so much. I've been sitting here probably the quietest I've ever been, and because I'm listening there and thinking, oh yeah, that's a great point. But that's learning. It doesn't have to be the conventional way that we always think, I think. Yeah, it's a really interesting concept, and I think COVID has been great for many, many different reasons, but one thing that has been kind of touched upon is technology is used as a response to COVID. That technology and all these tools is a response, and only come up to. But there's great examples from the Highlands of Scotland, the Maldives, the outback of Australia. The Open University of real life examples of great things that have been happening
already.
So that have already been existing, and you can learn. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, and I think that's probably one of the benefits of Ireland. That actually they're on a journey. They've started. But they've got so much learning from other people that they don't have to reinvent the wheel now. There are models out there that can apply to the context of the demographic of the schools, and I think that's a benefit. It has to be.
And I think they know that if they come to us, then we've got relevant experience.
Yes.
And you know, over the last 10 years, your business is sort of focused, and you've now got real deep knowledge, expertise to help your customers. And the same with the e-learning team. You know, we have that experience, which is all about the use of cloud to support teachers and learnings in everything from sort of nursery schools up to universities. And it's really interesting that learning from our customers, as much as helping them,
is you learn on every project.
You do, and then the sharing,
and then you bring that. You share that on. You bring that knowledge on to the next customer.
And a great example is our friends at the International School of Basel. Within Google Workspace, you've got Google Classroom, and when people say, you know, where's my homework? What am I supposed to be doing? Where teachers and students use Classroom as the vehicle, it's in Classroom. Go to Classroom.
Instead of some old journal.
Then it's all over the place. Then it's really easy to communicate with the students and the parents. But in Basel, one of the students was helping us do a piece of work. It's when they're becoming a Google reference school, and he was late back to his lesson. Okay, but rather than going in and saying to the teacher, "So I'm sorry I'm late, but you know, you obviously said that. What should I be doing?" They knew that all the resources, all the materials were in the Google Classroom for that lesson, and so he just sat down, opened up his Chromebook, watched a 5-minute video, and then caught up on the work. And that makes it so much easier for the class to actually concentrate and focus on.
So I don't particularly like this term remote working or remote learning, because remote from what? Learning isn't a location, it's wherever you happen to be, like you talk about with the Martini model, Steve. So I think that's got massive implications for business models and for the way we live, work and learn throughout our lives. But I like Google technology has the capacity to connect people and bring people closer and bring teachers closer to students actually, rather than do the opposite. I'm a big fan of technology that does people closer together, then it can be transformational and help education to really transform.
And looking forward, the next sort of 5 years, there's going to be change.
Absolutely.
And we've seen a lot of that change take place here in the UK, and it's happening at different paces in even different parts of the UK and sort of Europe. You know that with Frederick and Laurie, we do a lot of work in Scandinavia through our partnership in Damson Cloud. The Irish government have had a consultation out since April of this year about the digital ambitions and strategies for the next 5 years, and I'm sure that cloud, sort of accessibility, and equality of opportunity, these things I'm sure will figure in their strategy for the next 5 years.
You know, your reputation is everything. And I think one of the things we're all most proud of is that, you know, our customers recommend us to other people. Yeah. I'm always very proud when I see on things like Twitter where somebody's got a problem and then someone will respond and say, "Oh, talk to the guys at C Learning."
Yeah.
You know,
you're doing something
when
right.
someone is, yeah, exactly. If your customers are almost marketing your company for you, not only does that make us immensely proud, but I mean, how good is that? You know, it doesn't get any better than that. I'm sure it's the same in your business as well. But trust is everything. Transparency and being open. You know, we don't believe in doing sales pitches or anything like that. No one can be sold to. You already know what you want to achieve. You just want to work with people you trust, help you get there faster. And that's where we come in. You know, we're very, very proud of our reputation, and we'd never do anything to